Welcome to the Sarah Scoop Show. It's time to get the scoop with Sarah.
My name is Laura Terruso. I am a writer and director, and I directed the film Work It that will be streaming on Netflix. Work It is a dance comedy. It's about a young woman named Quinn who is not a dancer, but gets herself into a little bit of a pickle and has to learn how to dance in order to get into her dream college. And through the course of learning how to dance, she sort of finds herself, discovers herself, falls in love, finds her rhythm. And so in a way, it's sort of a coming of age story dance movie. This is my fourth feature. I co-wrote a film called Hello, My Name is Doris with Michael Showalter. So that was my first entree into the world of feature filmmaking, although I'd made a couple of like indie films, indie features before that as a producer. And so made that film, and then I made a film called Fits and Starts that I wrote and directed that premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival. And from that, I got a job rewriting and directing a movie called Good Girls Get High. It's a teen stoner comedy that is now available on HBO Max. And the producers of Good Girls Get High, Alloy Entertainment, they're the same company that produced Work It. And so they came to me with the script for Work It, and I always joke with them. I'm like, my God, you guys just keep bringing me my dream projects, because first it was like, oh, we're making a stoner comedy for girls. And then, which I didn't know was my dream project, but my God, like, and then they were like, oh, and we're making a dance comedy. And it was just like, they just keep bringing me these dream projects. And so, so there was a couple of directors pitched for the job, but I had a really personal connection to the material and to the character of Quinn, because I had a similar experience in high school where I had to learn how to dance. I was not a dancer, but there was a part in the musical that I really wanted, and I had to learn how to dance. And so I took ballroom dancing lessons. I fell in love with it, and it wasn't just about learning to dance. It was about how dance connected me to myself and to my body, and I felt more confident, and it really changed who I was. And so I felt like I really could connect to Quinn's journey in this movie. So when I first read the script, I was really attracted to the character of Quinn, and to the idea of making a movie set in the world of dance competitions, which have become such a huge thing in the last few years. And as a writer myself, I saw a lot of potential for kind of what the film could be. And so, the process of making the film, I'm constantly rewriting as I'm directing. Creating jokes, creating set pieces, working with the cast, and actually writing with the cast to their characters. So the role of Juilliard, for example, was originally written for a girl. The character's name was Foster. And she was kind of a mean girl. And I have a little bit of an allergy to Mean Girls. I think Mean Girls is a great movie. It's been done. And I want, moving forward, to make movies where teen girls support and empower each other. And so when I was trying to figure out how we were going to make this work. And then our casting director, Rich Delia, had sent the screenplay to Keenan Lonsdale for the role of Jake. And Keenan came back and he said, actually, I like the role of Foster. And I was like, like Rich and I were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so Keenan came in and read, and he was so funny and just so good and breathed sort of new life into this character. And so together we kind of created the character of Juilliard, and you know, wrote the scenes together, figured out how to tell this story. So that part of the process was really, really fun. I think because I had the kind of Quinn Ackerman experience when I was in high school, I felt really connected to her character and her arc throughout the film as she begins to sort of step into her body and become more confident, and you know, find a boyfriend and sort of just gain get out of her box, and so that was true for me as well. And then, you know, I'm not a professional dancer. I have danced and I love to dance. I think often when you know, producers make dance movies, the conventional wisdom is to hire a choreographer to direct. But I'm a comedy person and I'm a writer. And I think my identification with the character of Quinn and my experience as someone who makes comedies and can really write and direct characters and stories to be even funnier than they are on the page is what got me the job. Akamon Jones was our lead choreographer, and he brought on some amazing just choreography talents into the mix. It was incredible. I mean, these are world-class choreographers. Like, these are the best in the business. You know, the Jake number, Dietrich's, who's just one of my favorite choreographers, came in and worked with Jordan on that, and it just was really astounding to watch these choreographers work with the talents and build on, you know, and I had many conversations with AJ about, you know, what each number was trying to get across, because in a dance movie, the numbers can't just be standalone spectacle. At least for me, they have to be part of telling the story. So each dance number gets us story-wise to the next thing, and there's a narrative element to it. And so, you know, I think the scene that I'm most proud of, and I don't know what AJ would say, but I think maybe Akamon would say this as well, but the scene that I'm really the most proud of is the dance scene under the bridge with Quinn and Jake, where it's their date and he's teaching her. We shot that in one night, and it was it's 2 shots. You don't realize it when you're watching because the Steadicam is dancing with the actors, but I loved the idea of having that kind of paucity of shots and moving the camera with our characters to tell the story and to show like these people falling in love. And so that was a really fun scene, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. I think that's probably one of my favorites in the movie. It was unreal. It was unbelievable. I mean, they're all so good. I mean, I joked with, and I still say this, I stand by this. There are very few actors. I mean, these were our top 4 actors are the only actors in the world who could have played these roles, because it is very difficult to find great actors who can dance, who are really funny. And Sabrina, Jordan, Liza, and Keenan all share that, those those key ingredients. And so I feel so grateful to have been able to work with them. I think they're superstars. They're going to go on to have huge careers. And I just feel really, really fortunate to have had this opportunity to work with them. There were so many. I mean, first of all, Liza Koshy is one of the funniest humans I've ever met in my life. She is hilarious. So, you know, and she and Sabrina just have this incredible chemistry. They have become really close friends. That it makes me so happy because I was like, I put them together. I'm the matchmaker. I mean, there were so many funny moments, but for me, there was this one day where when Liza and Sabrina are shooting that scene in the hallway where Liza's like, I hope you get into Duke Quinn. Like, it's a really dramatic scene, you know, because, you know, or something about you lost your best friend. I can't remember the line, but Liza kept cracking up. So like, there are so many outtakes where she'd be like, I hope you get into Duke Quinn. And, you know, I hope it was worth losing your best friend over. And she just kept dying laughing. And I was like, oh my God, Liza. Like, and like everybody had the giggles that day. I think we had ice cream that day, and maybe that we were on a sugar high, but yeah, that was hilarious. But there's so many just hilarious moments. The scene where Sabrina falls, when she's leaving the house and she just had her first date and Liza's like, come on, and she falls. She actually fell. That wasn't planned. That wasn't like in the script or anything. Like she was walking, dancing, and fell. And it was like, mwah. Like, that is, when you're a filmmaker, that's gold. Like, you live for those moments. So we had so much fun making the movie. I mean, like every single cast member is not only an incredible talent, but they're also just wonderful people, like really good, solid, warm people. And that, you know, that means so much. I saw every cut of this movie. So I edited the movie for, you know, a good 6 months, maybe longer. And every day it's just about shaping and reworking and streamlining the story to be the best it can be, and making the dance sequences the best they can be. So, and I worked with an incredible editor, Andrew Marcus, who actually cut the step-ups among some of my other favorite films. So that was a real treat because I am such an admirer of his, and it was so amazing to work with him every day. So yeah, I'm really proud of it, and I can't wait to see it on the big little screen on my Netflix. I think I won't believe that it's real until I see like that like Netflix, you know, banner, and then I'll be like, oh my God, it's happening. Costumes were super important. Georgina Yari was our costume designer. She's based in Toronto, and she is so talented. I mean, she had to dress so many people so quickly, and she did a really tremendous job. And yeah, I mean, the scrubs joke, that all, you know, it's always like, what's funniest? That's the question I always ask myself. Like, how do we make this as funny as possible? And it seemed likely that because they couldn't afford costumes, that Quinn would borrow some scrubs from the nursing home. And that line, we look like we're about to go run a blood drive, that was a Liza Koshy alt, because she's a comic genius. And when you work with someone that is that funny and smart and such a good writer, you encourage them to come to you with alts. And so, so yeah, it was it was so much fun. I mean, so that was great. And then the Thunderbirds costumes, I love what Georgina did with the Thunderbirds costumes in the finale, and with the, because I had written like, oh yeah, he comes down from the ceiling in this bird costume and looking like, a swan. And I had no idea how she was going to make that happen, but we talked about it, and I thought what she came up with was brilliant, and that the girls' jumpsuits with the neon pink, like, it's just perfect. It was just pitch perfect. So I'm really thrilled. My personal favorite dance movie is Dirty Dancing. I just love it, and I love the storytelling and the arc and the characters, and I just think it's a really magical film. So that would be my favorite dance movie. But a big influence for me when making this was, and it's something I've talked about from the beginning, and it's pretty funny, is Sister Act 2. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I grew up watching it, and it was the first, it's a competition movie. It's about a choir competition. It's hilariously funny. I think it was written by some of the best, comedy writers in Hollywood at the time. And what I loved about it is the kids looked like me and my friends. Like it was a diverse group. And so that was something that felt really truthful and real to me about that film. And so that was a touchstone that I kept kind of going back to when thinking about this movie. Dream come true, honestly. This entire process has been such a, I don't know how to say it. I mean, I didn't grow up thinking I'm going to be a filmmaker someday. I didn't come from a family of filmmakers. I'm a woman. It didn't seem like something that would be possible for me. And to get to this place where I get to make a movie that is going to be seen in 191 countries, or that it's just, that blows my mind. And I'm so honored to be in this position, and I feel so fortunate. And I want to encourage other young women to see this as a possibility for themselves. You can grow up and be a film director. You can become a choreographer. You can, it's like the sky is the limit in terms of what women can do now, and especially young women. And so I really want to send that message to girls watching the movie, that like one day you're going to direct a dance movie and it's going to be even better. So
thank you for watching The Sarah Scoop Show. Head to sarahscoop.com for more.